Hello guys, I am your host, dw3iss19, and this is King of the Hill. Hello guys, this is dw3iss19, as you can see from the intro, suggesting that I am doing another commentary for the King of the Hill channel. And first off, I just wanted to say thanks to everyone for the comments, the suggestions, and like the support from my last commentary. Basically, what people were saying that the only issue people really had with the commentary was just my mic, and I said that it was I would be easily able to fix it. I would just have to move my my mic further away from my my mouth. So in terms of my mic, that probably won't be an issue this time. I'll check this time. I'll check over it just to make sure that's not that much of an issue or an issue at all. And yeah, and it's really good because good ratio of likes to dislikes. No negative feedback or anything. Nothing too horrible. Nothing I couldn't handle. Yeah, I really like doing commentaries for the King of the Hill channel and like commentaries in general. So I mean, it's really good to see how people like my commentaries, so I can do more in the future. But yeah, that's not that important. What's really important is that we have a King of the Hill series today between two noblemen, as you've known on the King of the Hill channel. Most of our matches are usually between noblemen because they seem to be able to produce the best series, except for the exception of one that we had a while back. But yeah, so this is between Candyson, once again another person you're most likely not familiar with. He also has his own channel. He also produces King of the Hill vids and such. And I believe it's dw3iss, but he also goes as Daniel, so for the sake of this commentary I will call him Daniel. Just don't want to have any confusions with the name and whatnot, or how to pronounce it. So Daniel versus Candyson, and interesting little story between these two guys is that sorry, they submitted a series before, and they thought it was really good. They submitted it to me, and then not too long after they had another series. Well, they had this series, and both of them were really good. So they had to make a decision on which one to submit, and they ended up choosing this one. So what I will say is that you could probably expect some really good gameplay. At least that's what I'm expecting. As you've seen Daniel before on the channel, he's able to produce good games. Both are highly skilled, as I've seen. They've moved up the ranks quite fast. They're both active, which is good. That's what we want from our players. So anyways, starting a little into the game, pretty late into the game with the commentary, but as you can see, both players maintaining no last loss as expected on Ice Flow. Most players should have a lot of experience with Ice Flow, as it is a starting map. Probably want to practice this one more than any of the others. I haven't seen many draws of late on this map, which is pretty cool. And as I've said before, dangerous rounds being round 8 and round 11, those are the major problems you want to worry about and getting no lives lost on. Both players going with what I'm believing is going to be 3 boats, most likely with Grape Shot. Both players leaking. Candyson leaking a bit more than Daniel. He's still sending whites because he wants to make sure that Daniel has less lives by the time they get to round 11 and such, because they'll have a lot more defense for then. So if you get the person to leak a lot earlier, it's going to be a lot better for you in the late game. So both players are trying to send as many whites as they possibly can, and look at that 1 life difference. How about that? Both players with fairly similar defense. Maybe Candyson with 2 boats closer to each other. Maybe Daniel looking to spread out the boats more. Either way, both are fine, except for in the case that Candyson has 1 less life, which is just really unfortunate for him. And yeah, that's not. We'll see if that's an issue later on. Candyson going with some quick regrow zebras, just to make sure that Daniel has to move his mortar and worry about not only the regrow zebras, but also the AI whites. Daniel is able to no lives lost that, I believe, from what I've seen, able to no lives lost that, and Candyson is losing a lot of lives because he did not focus whatsoever on his actual side, worrying too much, sending too many regrow whites, and he is now at a major disadvantage in terms of lives. Not even a camo exploit. Like, you'd have to send a huge camo exploit to get him to leak. And like not just leak a bit, like just completely kill him. So we're probably going to have to look to Candyson to send some sort of huge rush to get Daniel the leak. He's going to have to keep his boats, even though... look at him still leaking. He's going to have to keep his boats so that he can maintain all his lives, because he is at an extreme disadvantage, and at any point in time, he could lose to the natural balloons. Actually, no, he has his ice shards. They both have their ice shards, of course. They can survive natural balloons. He's going for some quick reroll ceramics, which will obviously do nothing, as they'll reach their ice and then get demolished completely. And look at how many he's sending. Actually, these might actually do something. Look at this ceramics getting pretty far. No, that's not going to do anything. That's pretty unfortunate. Of course, rather ineffective rush. I would not have went for that at all, but I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing when I'm playing this. You never know. There's a chance that ceramics could actually get that far. I don't usually see that happen, but it could happen. Of course, Candyson showing the straight face because that did absolutely nothing, and he wasted a lot of money. So not only is he behind on lives, he's probably looking to be behind on economy too, which is rather unfortunate. Actually, both players, I'm expecting them to have pretty low income, as they had some major problems with rounds 8 through 12. But regardless, both of them getting their Moab defenses up, and they were going to keep going with this, of course. Seeing how Candyson had to get some extra, get the extra camo defense on his boat, maybe because his mortar is actually placed in an awkward spot, probably worrying a bit about camo exploits, but I doubt Daniel would want to risk it, spending money on that, because it's really unnecessary. Well, Daniel should probably look to kill Candyson as soon as possible instead of having to go late game, because that's really unnecessary, and Candyson only has 27 lives left, so if he can get rid of that, that's just going to be an easy win for him. Okay, looks like he's sending a Moab real quick. We'll see if that does anything. Candyson has 6 boats, all with Grape Shot. 5 are really all that's necessary to defend Moabs, and then he's looking to go with the pinks for some sort of layering. Candyson getting an extra blob, and it looks like it's the Moab's going to get popped before it reaches the ice, but oh! How about that? That's going to be the GG. That's a little surprising. I was actually expecting that to hold off completely, and the thing about... wow, that's actually really surprising. I mean, I would assume that the Strax would have got frozen at the ice, and they would have done absolutely nothing. Maybe some of the balloons were popped early, and they ran through the ice, and it was not able to handle it all. But I was really expecting ice shards to be able to defend all of that, and that was not the case. He even got the extra boat to defend the Moab, but that did not happen. And that is going to be the GG, unfortunately, for him, for Candyson, but that is going to be Daniel 1-up, and we will see what Candyson chooses in Game 2. So, Game 2 here, he chooses A-Game, and A-Game has become a quite popular map. Why that is, I have no idea. Maybe because of some sort of... actually, I really could not say why it is. I mean, there's really just two main strategies here. One where you use... actually, no, it's actually not even 2 main strategies, really. It's really just the towers such as Ninja, Ice, Mortar, and Farm, which is used on a lot of maps these days, especially the short ones where you do not expect to go very far at all. Mainly because you can use Ninja Spam to defend the Moabs and such. And notice how they're both going with different strategies. Daniel going with what I believe is a safer defense for the early rounds, with well, assuming that your ice does not mess up whatsoever against the pinks, and that does occasionally happen. Why that happens, maybe just some really poor ice timing, but you need a lot of ice towers just to make sure that works out properly. But it's a lot safer. Look at Candy with his ninjas. We saw, I think, Sai use a strategy similar to that last time. But Candy with his 2 ice towers, probably going to use those just to pop worrying about the the grouped blues, while having the ninjas to defend the pinks, mostly, for the most part. Of course, he is still going with economy, while Daniel is actually getting his farms up early. So probably not much deco. Oh, he's going to send some pinks just to test the defense out, make Candyson spend some money to defend these pinks. Actually, this seems to be holding up really well. Wow, that's actually holding up extremely well. That's amazing. I had no idea that was that. Oh wait, no, it is not. Oh my goodness, what am I saying? Oh, okay. Well, Candyson actually seems to have leaked a lot. He's going to have to get an extra ice tower up to defend the Pinks, Daniel stopped sending them. He's going to keep going with his his farm income and such. So, Candyson saying that his ice is failing. Of course, you saw how it failed last game. Surprisingly, how the ceramics were able to get through the ice shards, which I once again can say I have never seen that happen in that scenario. So that was pretty surprising to me. But strange things happen, and that's okay. We still got a good series going here. Of course, Candyson is still going with economy, so this leads me to believe that he does not have farms. Of course, he does not have farms. I should have acknowledged that sooner. But yeah, he does not have farms. He is looking to do the thing where you have the 3-1 ninja and a few other ninjas to help defend the whites. So the problem with the way Daniel's defending the Rigo Whites, actually there's not much of a problem. It's not like risky or anything, but the thing is, there's a lot of times where the ninja starts, the ninjas just don't hit the whites, or they're pretty weak to that kind of layering. As you can see, Daniel is now down on the lives. He's not down on the lives from what I can tell. Yes, he is down. No, he's not down on lives anymore because of the Rigo Whites he sent to Candy. But usually, the defense he has is vulnerable to layering between yellows and whites sometimes. As you can see here, he is leaking quite a lot. He's looking to get an extra ninja just to try and maintain a lead on lives. That's not going to work. As you can see, he is still leaking. Candyson is being relentless with the Rigo Whites and the yellow layering, of course, because he wants Daniel to be down on lives, and he is. It's pretty significant, and Daniel had to stop his farming income early. Actually, he does not have that much farm income as it is. And yeah, so that's looking like to be the end of that. Oh no, he's gonna go with some quick Rigo Zebras, and those looking like they're gonna do some damage too. Will they do damage? No, nothing at all. Not really anything at all. And looking like Daniel's. Oh, is he gonna take advantage of the fact that Candyson did not have his camo detection in time? No, but the thing is, Candyson does not have ice shards up at all. So we'll see if the regrow rainbows are actually going to get through. Oh my goodness, look at that regrow. That is not looking good for Candyson whatsoever. He's going to try and get an extra ninja to defend that. Is he going to survive? No, he's not going to survive. That is going to be the GG. That was a really smart rush by Daniel. I did not actually catch that at all. Actually, I did catch that he did not have the ice shards, but I personally would not have thought about that. And that was really well thought out. And even if he actually no. Now, if he had the ice shards in time, he probably would have been able to survive. But that was a really risky rush. As you can see, Camo and Rigo is extremely expensive. I believe that's what 4.5 times the price of the non-upgraded balloons. So if that did not work, Daniel would have been at a major disadvantage. But that risk won him the game. So 2-up Daniel. We will see what Candyson chooses in Game 3. All right. So Game 3. Hydro, in what is in my opinion, is the second most selected map, which is okay because Hydro is a good map. And most importantly, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, ice it's viable, but it's not that great. I don't think the strategies developed with ice work that well. But you can use ice here. It's possible. I believe it's weak to regrow rainbows. I haven't seen enough of it to be able to really commentate on how that works. But I will say that Candyson has worked pretty hard to develop a strat that has ice. I was hoping to see it this game, but clearly he wants to play it safe. He's down 2-0, so he doesn't want to try anything, risky, And I probably wouldn't either. I mean, that'd be pretty unfortunate to lose 3-0, of course. But can't count Candyson out of this series just yet. He is a good player. I have seen him in a lot of his vids. He knows what he's doing. And yeah, both players appear to be going with the same strat, which is Ninja, Mortar Farm, and either Boomerang or Tack Shooter. I don't really think there's much of a difference. I would probably go Boomerang a bit more because I don't know. I'm maybe more comfortable with Boomerang. But I do think it costs more. That I am not sure. I'd have to check on that. Yeah, it's probably costs more, but maybe a bit safer. Probably better when when going against Moab rushes and such over Blade Master, which is actually really bad on this map. As you can see, Daniel leaked a lot. I was not paying attention whatsoever. I apologize, but Daniel leaked a lot to the pinks, maybe because he was also looking to send pinks, but was not upgrading his ninja or getting an extra ninja to defend the pinks. So he is at a 30 life disadvantage, but that is okay. They're not expecting to get very far at all. The only thing you could really potentially expect is usually the person down on lives is going to rush. We've seen that actually change a lot. Sometimes you just like catch the other person off guard with some sort of rush you aren't expecting because you are up on lives. The person's just thinking, no, I'm going to hold all this money and whatever, and then they're not going to be able to expect it, and they try to spend a rush at the same time. It does not work too well, but that is fine. Both players getting up there 1-2 more, maybe 0-2 more is actually 1-2 or 0-2 more is no major difference for round 6. On top of their 3-1 ninjas to be able to defend the blacks sufficiently so that they do not leak too much, and as you can see, neither playing really leaking too much at all, except for Candy actually leaking what appears to be the equivalent of a full black. No, he's still up on lives, so that's fine for him. Is he not going farms at all? Is he not going farms again? Oh my goodness, what is going on? Usually I would expect both players to go with farms on this map at all times, since the only other strat that I've seen work whatsoever has been with boats. Okay, so wait a second. Daniel going with some quick regrow yellows. We'll see if that does anything. Does look to be no leaks at all, or barely any leaks. Actually, Candy did leak a lot, but Daniel not focusing on his own defense. He may leak here to some yellows too. I saw Candyson send some regrow blacks, and he is leaking. So now Daniel is down on lives again. Is that by 30 lives? That appears to be 25, maybe 30 lives. I can't really tell that well. And Candyson is still sending the regrow blacks, but does not have his ring of fire up. So if Daniel decides to send another regrow yellow rush, that could be deadly, but he does not. He has to worry about his own defense at this point because regrow rush could be pretty deadly later on. Candyson once again still not with does not have his ring of fire up. If he gets it up, he will be pretty much safe until round 15. Oh, he is selling the ninja to get that. That is the cost of being overly offensive with the balloons. That's okay. So he's looking to get Daniel to force Daniel to get yet another 3-0 boomerang to defend the regrow rainbows. That does not work whatsoever, as he does not leak that much at all. Now, I don't believe Candyson should try to send any sort of offensive balloons, maybe just to look to defend the regrow ceramics around 15. We'll see if he looks to do that. He is sending a small regrow rainbow rush. Oh my goodness, he is sending regrow zebras too. Is that going to make Daniel leak? That does absolutely nothing. I do not know why he sent group zebras. That was extremely... actually, I'm not even sure what he was looking to do. Daniel has his somewhat of a regrow ceramic defense up, and it's looking bad for Candyson, as Daniel is going to send regrow ceramics, and are those going to do anything? Those look like he's going to kill him. Oh my goodness. Look at that, 12 lives. That is very fortunate for him, and those led getting pretty far. I don't know how that is possible. Now Daniel selling everything for regrow ceramics. Both players are going for regrow ceramics. Look at Candyson's ninjas going god mode completely, as Daniel is just leaking too much of the ceramics, and that is going to be the GG. That is really fortunate for Candyson. A bit of a mistake by Daniel. I'm not exactly sure where he went wrong. Maybe because he did not have enough ceramic defense, or he was focusing too much on Candyson's side. But what you do notice is that Candy's ninjas went... the reason it's called God mode is because pretty much the distraction ability. Like every time they shoot, they throw their shurikens, they just start sending the balloons back, which is what Candyson done, and that was able to get him the win and defend the ceramics. So that is now 2-1. Candyson able to get a win and avoid the sweep, and we will see what Daniel chooses for game 4. So game 4 here. What is he going to choose? The loading waiting there. Okay, so he's going to choose Volcano. Little quick thing I want to say about Volcano. It is two things, actually. One, it is up there as one of the maps that people choose the least. If you have noticed, it's been a really long time since anyone has selected Volcano for King of the Hill. Why that is, personally, I do not like the map whatsoever, but I like the fact that it's not selected much, and most people are not, I would say, comfortable doing Volcano. or just things don't work on Volcano that you would expect on other maps and such. And I think Regal Whites would be really awkward to defend on this map. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll see what these both players decide to do for Regal Whites, but I would say that they're really awkward. And look at Daniel having to get an extra ninja up because the map is just so weird. Even the ice shredding just doesn't work out too well. Well, it works obviously because ice shredding works on nearly every map, but on this map it's just really awkward. You could even suggest that Ring of Fire might also work really well here, but you probably wouldn't get as much economy. But it's definitely safer because, well, it's, you know, maybe not later on, but it's definitely safer in general. So of course both players having to get a few extra ice towers just to defend the most balloons because ice shredding doesn't work too well here. Well, it works well, of course, like I said, and such. Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to say, besides the fact that it's not selected very much, is that because it's not selected very much, this was the map I chose to be the starting map in Season 7. Now, the only thing that I would have against that is that this map could go to around 35-ish, 37 plus a lot. And as you can see, they're Candy calling this a weird map because it is. It's just an odd map altogether. It's just maybe just the fact the way the players send balloons just go. It's just not. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how they go around the loops either. I think the AI balloons take the long trip around the bigger circle, while the AI balloons run right through. I'm not actually sure about this map. It's just that odd. I'm not familiar with this map at all. I don't know how it's played, but that's what's cool about it. The fact that no one's really familiar with it, and they'd be forced to get better at it. Not just the maps that they're so common or they're so comfortable with, such as Ice Flow and, you know, Zen Garden and Hydro, stuff like that. And even seeing Battle Park, although Battle Park is boring, really boring. You know, players don't practice it, and sometimes it causes you to leak randomly, and you start thinking that your defense is better than it really is, and things happen, of course. But yeah, so on to this gameplay. Both players still maintaining their no lives lost, as expected. Both players are obviously experts at no lives lost with the ice shredding. Daniel going with a mortar. I don't think that will work too well for Regal Whites. I'm just going to call that right now. So he's going to look to get an extra ninja just to catch any stray whites. Candyson going with the 3-0 cannon. This may actually work better. That's what I actually think. This could probably work better. So both players are going to send some Regal Whites and test out each other's defenses. As you can see, that one Regal White on Daniel's side is getting pretty far, and his extra ninja is not actually doing much. So he's going to leak a lot, and Candyson is also leaking. So the 3-0 cannon is not doing as well as I thought. But look at those Regal Whites just going completely through Daniel's defense. So as you can see, the mortar is not as good as he would have expected against the Regal Whites. Even the extra ninja is not good. He might actually want to look to upgrade one of the ninjas too. Yeah, of course he's going to look to upgrade one of the ninjas. That's what's expected. So he looks to upgrade one of the ninjas. Maybe 3-1 because he's worried about Regal Whites. No, not even. And look at Candy barely. Is that one life only? One life leak. So I don't know why Daniel's going for some Regal Leads. That might actually work. What is? Whoa! Wow! Look at that! Look at the blacks just running through. That's a little surprising. I don't know how that happened, but that did. Oh my goodness! Candyson is actually leaking a lot. And look at that! He doesn't have his ice shards up, so he's definitely going to leak to those Regal Zebras. Look at those Regal Zebras just running through his defense. Daniel being relentless with setting balloons. Candyson is looking to defend completely because he doesn't want to leak too many lives and he doesn't want to send anything at Daniel just to, you know, cause some sort of unfortunate death. So he doesn't. He gets his ice shards up, and Daniel also gets his ice shards up. And he made a really good decision there to send a lot of balloons to be really offensive, be on the offense a lot, and cause Candy to be down on lives after he had that nice 30 life lead. So now he's up by what I believe is 40 lives. Is that 40? Maybe 30 lives, 30 or 40 lives, and such. So he's able to maintain economy, get his economy up. Probably not too high because he sent a lot of bottom row balloons, but that's okay. Yeah, so both players probably looking to get their economy up, have their ninjas in the back there just for safety. Candy going for a quick Regal Ceramic. I don't know why he did that. That was a waste of money. Going for another Regal Ceramic. Once again, probably going to be a waste of money, as he probably had to send a lot more to do anything, and he doesn't. And they don't get far whatsoever. Really unfortunate for him. That was a pretty big waste of money. Probably should look just to get some more income, because those Regal Ceramics probably missed him an income boost to maybe just 30 extra income, which will be a lot later on, as we will probably see. So, as I said, both players keeping the ninjas in the back, not only for camo balloons, but, you know, this map is so odd, so you could expect maybe even AI balloons to randomly get further than expected, or even worst case scenario, income balloons start randomly running through the ice, which would just be extremely unfortunate. And another thing that's really awkward about this map is start thinking about where you place your maulers. As you see, neither player going with farms as expected. It's just the placement of the maulers is just so awkward, because if you place them where Daniel places them, I think you would actually have problems with. Actually, no, you probably wouldn't have issues with the AI Moab. We'll see if either player tries to send a Moab just to test the other. Okay, so Daniel going to sending a Moab just to get Canyon to build his Moab defense, but I think he's also going to look to make him leak, maybe even lose the match, because that spot for the spots for the Moab Maulers are really awkward. Look at the Moab not getting far at all. The 2 Maulers were more than enough, so that was a huge waste of money. Not huge, but a waste of money by Daniel. But it was a good idea. It was a waste of money in the sense that it didn't do anything, but it was good that he decided to, he forced Candyson to get his Maulers up. Of course, this is Candy saying that he did waste his money, but that doesn't really matter to him. That's okay. So, are either players going to get extra Maulers up just to be safe in case another Moab is sent? Probably not. Probably pretty comfortable with their defenses. No one wants to go with a Moab right away or anything. That is okay. So, at this point, they're probably just going to get their economy up. We'll see if Candy actually considers sending some sort of early rush. And the thing about sending an early Zeom, actually, you know, I just realized that Candy has a ninja up there. I don't know why he has a ninja up there, but he has a ninja up there. That's not, I don't know why I brought that up, but I mean, it's there. It's there. Okay, so it looks like Daniel's going to try and go for some camel exploit, which, wow, are those pinks actually getting through? Wow, they actually did. That was pretty nice. That was a nice one by Daniel. Maybe expecting more than what he sent. Actually, he's probably if he was expecting him to die, he would have had to send something way bigger than that. But that's okay. He got him the leak, so now Candyson's at even more of a disadvantage in terms of lives. And the bigger the disadvantage, you probably look if Candyson is looking to make him leak without sending some sort of large Moab class balloon rush, then he's going to have to send an even larger camel exploit. And look at that Moab getting so far. That's how awkward this map is. Look at it. Is Candy gonna die to that? Look at those leaks. Oh my goodness. This map is just so awkward. So Candyson obviously gonna have, I would probably get the 4-2 ninja just to be safe. Daniel calling for Candy to surrender. I don't know why he's doing that. This map is extremely awkward, so even a ZOMG rush can do a lot. And look at Candyson, he's going to go for the camel exploit. Is Daniel's going to have the ice ability, which can freeze the camel already, just in case. Is that going to do anything? Oh my goodness, look at all those camel pinks. That is not going to do anything. Ice shards completely overpowered, as you can see. That did absolutely, oh my goodness, is those, oh wow. Okay, did not see those balloons get that far. That was a bit surprising. That was actually a surprise. Okay, that was a nice rush by Candy. Maybe not as much lives as he expected, but that's still a lot. That's closing in on that lead, on that gap. But that still down by 50 lives. Really unfortunate for him. Is that maybe 55 lives? Daniel may want to consider getting more defense, as the balloons are actually somehow getting past the ice. And once again, I bring this up again. This map is just that awkward. And notice how both players are not even going with that much income, as you see on most maps where they can have this 50 sort of tower, such as Temple, because not only am I guessing they're not too familiar with this map, they're looking to get a lot more defense. Look at how many Maulers Daniel has. And I don't even think that's for the actual, any sort of Moab rush that Candy would send. That was actually because this map is just that dangerous in terms of the AI balloons. Both players, of course, with their extra 4-1, maybe 4-2 ninjas just to defend, because it's just, things could happen. Things could happen. Even look at them. Even leaking a bit on Candy's side. Daniel getting another Mauler just to be extra safe against that. So yeah, at this point, if you're getting this far into the game, your only real chance to get them to get the other person in the league would be a ZOMG rush. So we're going around 35. Once again, another commentary of mine having to go to around 35. But that's okay. This is not Battle Product. This is actually a more interesting map. So that is cool. Oh, is Daniel going with the quick what's it called? Camel rush. I don't know why he did that. There's a 14 inch in the back. Maybe just because there's a mixed Regal rainbows. That's probably a pretty good idea. But that was ineffective. Doesn't really matter for him. At this point, he's probably going to have to save for the rush. What could be effective. And with no boat, he may even have to look to stall this completely until round 38. Because I really doubt, with the awkward Mauler placement and just the AI Bloons, the player sent Bloons just going at complete opposite directions for the entirety of the game, he may have to, I don't even think his Moab defense will be sufficient. So we'll see what happens here. Both players using their Moab Assassin just to pop the BFBs, because if they do not pop those soon enough, then that will begin to affect the next round, which could cause a camel exploit from the AI Finks. Both, of course, Candyson getting his... actually, no, not even Candyson, not just Candyson. Both players getting up their two-formed mortars just to avoid any sort of problems with camels. Of course, Candy was looking to get another sort of camel exploit. That does not work at all. Of course, with the 2-4 ninja and the extra 4-1 ninja, or 4-2 ninja, I'm not actually sure. I didn't even get a good look at whatever Daniel's ninja is. Of course, he's not going to leak. Both players saving up. Candy's going to send the rush. Maybe even Daniel, like I said before, he might send a really unexpected ZOMG rush. And Candy's not even going to be able to defend it at all. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Candy is going to try into his ZOMG rush, and Daniel's going to look to defend. Yeah, he's definitely looking to defend. He has his sabotage ability out. Of course, he's going to have to use it against some of the AI mobs, because you know, they're starting to get pretty powerful at this point. Neither player having any sort of issue. Did he get an Arctic Wind? No, he got an extra ice shards. Yeah, so of course, Candy saving up a lot of money. I'm assuming both players have something around, like, maybe between 2,500 and really, this might be a pretty far-fetched, but maybe 3,500 economy, maybe? Okay, so Candyson is going for the ZOMG rush, round 33, so he's assuming that Daniel cannot defend this. Not defend this, he cannot stall this. He is going to have to defend all these ZOMGs, so Candyson is risking the ability to send as many, and also on top of that, having less money to defend some of the later rounds. But on top of that, Daniel's going to have to defend this awkward ZOMG. Of course, it looks like the Maulers are actually doing quite a lot, so he's having no issues with that. Candy actually probably only sending one ZOMG so that he'd be able to defend the everything else. Daniel's the defending's looking pretty good right now, but the Blues are actually getting pretty far, and not only that, is his mortar actually getting exploited. Oh my goodness, his mortar is getting exploited, and the Moabs are getting really far. You'd actually expect them not to get this far. Is that, look at the, oh my goodness. That is looking like this is going to be the GG. Of course, that's how awkward this map is. Look at that, one Moab is able to get that, look at that, one ZOMG is able to get that far. I don't think Daniel's going to have enough to mortar stall this again. This is probably looking to be one of his last mortar stalls. Is he going to send more towers to get more mortar stalls? Yeah, he is looking to get some more, but that is not enough. GG. Look at Candyson bring this back. Down 2-0, now making it 2-2. Maybe Daniel not making the best choice to choose this map. I probably would have went with something like some sort of no lives lost map, just to be able to get the draw, and hopefully, you know, something happens in the last game where you get a draw in some sort of draw situation. Maybe not, because I would have, if I were Candy, I would not have chosen a map like that. But regardless, that one ZOMG is enough to cause Daniel to leak and die in total. So Candyson picks up the win. Pretty exciting game, despite the fact they got to 35. So we'll see what will happen in the final game. Okay, so pretty long pause there. Game 5. Daniel has selected pools, another one of the really common maps, and I I think the reason why I would have cut out the tower selection screen, but I didn't think it was necessary. I think what Daniel was looking to do, maybe, I don't know if it was either that he was lazy, he didn't feel like cutting it out, but what I'm going to say is the reason he didn't cut it out was because he wanted to show that he is not spying. And for those of you who don't know, this is a rule that you cannot spy. So you're now seeing proof that he is not spying. At least in most of these games, he didn't actually show this tower selection in every game. But he did enough times. I think he's an honest guy. He probably didn't spy. But that's good on him for showing that he didn't spy, of course. And yeah, I hope no one minds seeing the tower selection. I mean, you get to know, and you see the maps. If you see enough of these King of the Hill vids, you can actually tell what both players are going to use on pools. Of course, the ninja, ice, mortar, and farm. The thing about pools is that it always likes. What I would say is that pools always produces good games, no matter. And you never really expect the same rush ever. I mean, sometimes players lose to AI. Sometimes they lose to round 8, round 15. I've seen a lot of round 15. You'd be surprised. A lot of camel ceramics and stuff. Just being too aggressive early on, and stuff happens. But anyways, round 4. Daniel with a few. Actually, no, wow, that is holding up really well. I would have gotten a 4th ice to defend that, but look at how perfectly he timed that ice. And Candy actually has 1 extra ice, and he is still leaking. Actually, no, he's probably leaking to the AI Bloons because Daniel's not sending anything. He's getting up his farms early. He's going to try and base his economy mostly off farms with just a bit of balloon economy gain from rounds 2 and 3. And now Candy's getting his farms up. No surprises there. Cannon here. Some sort of balloon income on this map is just bad. I was considering doing that, but no, it is just not a very good idea whatsoever. Rushers are just extremely dangerous on this map. I've never actually seen anyone send BFBs on this map. I don't know why. Maybe because it's not that effective, or sometimes games don't even get that far. But regardless, no one sends BFBs on this map. Oh, look at Daniel. Of course, calling for one of the best series he's had in a while, and it has been a good series. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series as much as I have. I think it's a really good series. Even the game that got to round 35 was good. How about that? I mean, how often do you see that? Oh, look at Candy leaking to the group balloons on round 5. If you've seen any of my vids on my channel, I'll talk about that. But anyways, of course, both players we're gonna have to look to get their ninjas upgraded to 2-0, just so they don't leak to any sort of group balloons. Now somehow the pink's getting by the ice. I don't know. Is that how it is? No. That's strange. I don't know. I'm not even paying attention to any of the things you're saying. So I can't tell what they're saying. Okay, but both players are trying to get their ninjas up early for the round 8 whites. Of course, because round 8 whites, as I've mentioned before, are really dangerous. Will they try the Tricosaurus layering? Yes, I'm calling it Tricosaurus layering because I've never seen it. I don't see many players do it, and he is definitely the one who first did it. Daniel is going for some sort of quick layering with the whites and redraw whites and yellows. I would just go for whites and yellows straight because that would just be bad enough. And Daniel getting up the extra 3-1 ninja to avoid leaking too much. And he's actually not leaking at all. Look at that, how perfectly he has defending. He's even ahead in farm income. He has a better defense and he's ahead in lives. So this is a match scoring that's so far looking to be dominated by Daniel. And even Candyson is even looking to get more defense overall. But he is now ahead in farm income. Actually, no, he is not. Is he? No, what am I saying? He is not. He's not ahead in farm income. And Daniel is still saying players sent balloons. He's still saying, the players sent balloons. I think he's probably trying to get some sort of specific number in terms of economy. I like to do that a lot too. Like, even if I only need something like 500, like 500 and 400 something economy, like some sort of ugly number like 436, I might just push it up just to 450 just because I like to have 50s or 100, stuff like that. Okay, so both players, of course, getting their camo detection in time. Awkward place for the mortar for Candyson. I don't think it matters too much. You'd probably rather have some sort of ninja place there, but that's okay. Yeah, of course, they're both players going to get their ice shards up in time. I don't think anyone's going to send some sort of rod. Will they? Neither players are sending rod because they probably have the idea that either player can get ice shards up in time. Of course, neither player had to sell farms for that. And now having to worry about the AI balloons. So at this point, now they're looking to worry about the AI balloons because I doubt either player would send camel ceramics because the second someone sells farms to camel ceramics, it's over. Okay, they're probably going to be ineffective. A 4-2 ninja and a mortar with some ice towers where the ice shards would be placed, they would defend that easily. So neither player is going for that, of course. No, neither player leaking to the AI Bloons. Of course, Daniel playing the extra safe, of course. Actually, he was going to get that ninja up at some point anyways, just to defend the Moabs, but he's getting that ninja up, so Camel Ceramics are not going to be effective for Candyson whatsoever. Is Daniel going to go for some sort of Camel Rush? I don't know. He went for one Camel Ceramic. That is probably going to do absolutely nothing. Of course, the mortar catches it, so Candyson is completely safe to that. Candyson appears to have gotten an extra ice. He's worrying a lot about surviving. He got an extra ice snap freeze actually out there to defend the AI Bloons. That is okay, because you don't want to randomly leak. I mean, on this map, anything can happen. So it's not like it is over defending, but it's not like some sort of unnecessary over defending. Well, it is unnecessary over defending for the most part. Well, somewhat, but it's a good idea because he doesn't want to leak too much. You never know. Daniel could end up down on lives out of nowhere. That could happen. Of course. So both players, actually, no, I'm not sure when Candy stopped his bloom income, but in his farm income. But Daniel completely stopped his farm income. He's probably looking to defend the Moab. He's not getting any sort of ninja doing any sort of ninja spam. He is just saving up his money, most likely for some sort of sabotage. Of course, he gets that up in time. Then he's gonna get his Fortune Ninja up. Oh, not even does he not have enough for that? Oh, yeah, he gets that off in time, so he's defending that perfectly. Candy didn't even have to waste that much money, and Daniel spent a lot of money to defend that, especially selling and rebuying and stuff like that. That's just not too good for him. And Candy, I don't know if I just said that. Yeah, he didn't have to sell any farmers to send that, and he has his defense up for Moabs too. Look at how he's starting to get his extra defense up, and somehow that lead has ran right through the snap freeze, and Daniel is going to have to use the ice ability to slow that down. But it does not matter. That is going to make him leak quite a lot. So now he is down on lives. We'll see if Daniel, like I said, at any point in time, things can happen. So Daniel is going to go for his quick rush, fast cooldown mobs. That's going to be his last opportunity. So now, Candyson is getting his sabotage up. He's going to get another Fortune Ninja up. He has another Fortune Ninja up to defend the Moabs. Look at that ninja. Ninja's once again going God mode. How about Candyson's ninjas in this series? Is playing, defending perfectly for him. Of course, using the ice abilities to defend and such. It's looking like he's defending this completely. But if you notice, the Bloons here, the AI type Bloons are actually regrowing a lot. And he's using a lot of the ice ability. He's leaking a lot. And he's still using the ice ability. This is surprising. I thought he was defending this completely. But he is still leaking. The regrow Bloons are completely overwhelming him. Probably what's causing him to have to use the ice ability so much. He sells his ninja. But that is going to be the GG with the last attempt to send a Moab. That is just not good enough for him. Daniel going with what a very uncommon rush and what people call a bad rush of fast cooldown Moabs. Because if you get that ninja ability up in time, then the Moabs themselves are probably not going to do much. But in this case, what's his name? Candy did not have sufficient Moab defense to defend the fast cooldown Moabs. They were able to get further than expected, and the timing of the rush was really good because if you did not notice, the Bloons, the AI Bloons were regrowing quite a lot, and they were causing him to have to use ice ability, and they would just regrow, and that was just not. He just did not have enough defense for that. He wasn't able to aim his mortars, and overall, that caused him to lose this series. But that is still good. 3-2 to Daniel. A good series. Most likely better than the one they sent before. I did not get to check it out, but that is too bad. But yes, thanks for watching this Candyson series today. I am your host, Prime19, and I hope you guys have a good day.